Today we're in Las Vegas, Nevada. I really want to show you guys what I like to do in Vegas. I'm going to be here for 4 days. But before I do that, let me go pick up my luggage and can talk to you later. From the terminal, it's pretty easy if you follow the signs to get to the right train that'll take you to the main terminal where you can retrieve your luggage if you have any checked-in luggage, and also you can take public transportation. They do have rideshare services, but for me it's always been easier to just get a cab. They have a fixed price based on the area your hotel is situated, and I feel comfortable doing that. Finally made it to the room. It's a king-size room in the Julius Tower. It's not supposed to have a view or street view, but it has a bit of a partial view, which is actually a nice surprise. So as you get in, there's a decent sized lobby, if you will. And this is the bathroom. Double vanity. I think it's a pretty good size. And a nice shower. And that's the toilet. Nothing spectacular, but I think it's actually a decent size. And then as you go on, you get to the closet, which is a double door closet. It has safe, has a coat rack, ironing board, iron. Very, I guess, probably enough hangers for one person. Not a lot of them though. I do have an adjoining room which I don't like in particular, but what can you do? And then as you go on into the bedroom, well, the room I should say, because it's not a suite. Nice king-size bed. Looking at the carpet, looks fairly clean. Obviously, this hotel is not that new, but I think it's clean. And then there's a bit of a sitting area. I like this. And then we have a bit of a view here, which I wasn't actually expecting. So you can see the high roller, flamingos across the street. You can see a little bit of the Link and the Link Promenade. Obviously, not the greatest view, but I did not book a room with a view. So I am actually grateful that I have this view. So that's about it. Now I'm going to have to think about where I'm going to go for dinner, and yeah, just start enjoying this beautiful city. It's one of my favorite places in this world, and I don't know, just being here puts a smile on my face. I am getting ready to get out in the city, but before that I wanted to chat with you about something that I think it's worth to be said. I mentioned before that a lot of people have a strong reaction when I tell them that I travel by myself, but never as strong as when I tell them I travel to Vegas by myself. Now, I think a lot of people who have never been, or maybe people who have been here for, I don't know, bachelorette party, something similar, maybe a wedding, they experience that party part of this city, which is a big industry here, to be honest, but it's not the only thing you can do in Las Vegas. Now, I'm almost 46 years old. I am way past the point where I want to go and party it up in the club. I don't drink that much. I'm not exactly a gambler. You know, I might put a few dollars in the slot machine, but Vegas has a little bit of everything for everybody. Now, I wouldn't say it's for every budget, but the budgets of the people who visit Vegas are very diverse. You know, they can go from fairly low to extravagant. And Vegas offers a lot of options from in all those price ranges, right? But Vegas is not just about gambling and partying, you know. There are a lot of shows you can go and watch, and they're some of the best performers in this world, you know. You have great restaurants. Some of them are not that cheap, but honestly, in some of them, the quality of the food compared to the price is still a very good value. And plus, you have anything you can think of, you know, at your disposal right here. And if nothing else, you can just walk down the strip or walk in downtown Las Vegas, and just people watching can fill up your whole day, you know. If you've never been going to these hotels, it's going to be a whole experience in itself, because it's not like you go in a typical hotel. These properties are absolutely huge, you know. Before I came, almost 10 years ago, before I came the first time, I have seen videos. I thought I was prepared. I knew what I'm getting. I had no idea. So you can literally spend hours just going through a hotel, some more than others. But for example, if you go to Bellagio, they have this garden that's being decorated and redecorated. I don't know if it's every month, but a few times a year. There's all sorts of things you can do. The Bellagio fountains, all sorts of activities that don't necessarily involve partying or gambling. So that being said, you know, I always feel very safe here. I do not get myself in stupid situations, which I think is the case. You should not be doing that, or at least I don't want to do stuff like that anywhere. But if you use your common sense, you're not just walking around with your purse open, if, you know, or your wallet in your back pocket when there's like thousands of people around you, and you know, you don't engage in activities where you don't know what you're doing anymore, whatever that means for everybody. And in the end, you know, you do whatever you want. It's your vacation. It's not my place to tell you what to do or not to do. But I'm telling you, as a solo female traveler, these are some of the things that, you know, I do or I don't do just to make sure that, you know, I'm safe. So that being said, I will, you know, throughout these 4 days, I'll record quite a bit, you know, of the places, my favorite places. You know, I'll try to kind of take you with me and see what you can do here, because, you know, Vegas can be whatever you make it. It's like somebody said, it's like Disney World for adults. So it sure is. You know, you can dress casually and just walk around, and you can dress fancy and go to some fancy places. So that's always an option. There are a lot of Ubers, there are a lot of taxis, you know, if you don't want to walk. And walking can be deceiving because you feel like, oh, okay, well, I'm seeing the other hotel that I'm going to. No, it might take you 30 minutes to get there, although it's right there, right? So you have to keep all that in mind. But yeah, okay, I will stop talking now. One of the first things that I do when I go to Vegas, when I come to Vegas, once I put my luggage in the room, everything is situated, secured, and whatnot. I like to go and just get some drinks for the room, mostly water and Gatorade and stuff like that. But that's a good tip. You know, if you've never been here, I was telling a couple on the plane, it's their first time visiting, and I recommended that they go either to CVS or Walgreens, ABC sometimes, it depends on which one is closer to you. I think ABC, at least last time I came, was a little bit more expensive than Walgreens and CVS, and you can stock up your room, because, you know, buying drinks in the bar, buying drinks at the hotel or your mini bar, you know, can get quite expensive. And we're talking paying $6 on a bottle of water versus $1.50, maybe. I haven't been in a year, so I don't know what the prices are right now. But comparatively speaking, you can pay 3, 4, 5 times as much for a bottle of water if you buy it in the casino or in your hotel than if you buy it at one of these places. So I am going. It's not that late. It's only 6 o'clock here in the evening. But I do want to go and get my drinks, bring them back, and then go somewhere to eat. Talk to you later. The LINQ Promenade is a very popular destination, especially in the evenings. It's situated right off the Las Vegas Boulevard, or also known as the Strip, and it's in between LINQ and Flamingo hotels, and it offers a variety of restaurants, bars, shops, moderately priced, most of them, and all the way at the end they have this high roller, or this wheel that you can ride. The ticket pricing can vary, but as of the end of May 2025, this is a schedule of pricing that I added on the screen. I have been in the past. I wasn't eager to go and ride it again, but it's a pretty cool experience if you've never been, because you can get to see a nice view of all Las Vegas once you're up there. It lasts about 30 minutes. You can buy these tickets from multiple websites, even in person at the High Roller ticket booth. But I recommend that you go and look for Groupons. Sometimes you can find up to 50% off deals. The other activity you can participate in on the LINQ Promenade is actually ziplining. And here you can see a little bit of these lines, and some people actually ziplining as I was passing through there. Tickets start at around $49 on the official website, and the length of the zip line is about 1,100 feet. For dinner, I decided to stop at this off-the-strip sports bar that has moderately priced food as far as Vegas prices go. I ordered the salmon and rice, and it was $26 without taxes and tip. The next day, I woke up with a stomach ache, and I spent quite a bit of my morning into the afternoon in my room. Once I felt a little bit better, I got out and I started walking towards the Forum Shops that are part of the Caesars Palace Hotel. The forum shops include a variety of stores, most of which are very high-end. And it's not necessarily about going there to shop, but I always enjoy strolling through there. It's a pretty cool experience, and it's also a different way to get from the hotel onto the strip. Also, one of my favorite things at these forum shops is this curved escalator. There are less than 100 curved escalators in the entire world, 6 of them in the United States, out of which 2 are in Las Vegas. This is one of them, and the other one is at the Wynn Hotel. One of the things I really like about Caesar's Palace is its location, because it's very central and it's so easy to get to other hotels, restaurants, stores, and all sorts of attractions. For dinner, I stopped at Walk-On's, a sports bar in Harrah's, Las Vegas, which is situated right across the street from Caesar's Palace. Another decent option if you're at Harrah's is this Fulton Street food court that has a variety of burgers, pastries, pizza, just food on the go. Good evening, everybody. It is about 10 p.m. on Friday night, and I am ready to get out of this room. Today I didn't feel that well. My stomach acted up, so I spent a lot of time in bed. But I finally managed to get some food and still feel okay. So I'm gonna go down in the casino for a little bit, maybe have a drink, and then come back to bed. And tomorrow I'll walk around more and show you a little bit more of this city. You know, I keep calling it this city. Obviously, the Strip is not the city. It's the tourist area, and it's not where people actually live. So just wanted to bring that up. I know that a lot of people know it, but you know, I didn't want anybody to think that I'm so delusional that I think that the Strip is the city. So yeah, we'll talk to you later. Bye. Show you right now is how long do I have to walk from my hotel room to the elevators. It is absolutely ridiculous. I think some people have to walk less to go get groceries. I'm not complaining, it's just funny. Hello. It's my third day here in Vegas, and I'm about to go walk down the Strip towards Bellagio and see how far down I can get. I will try to get as many videos as possible. It's not really okay to record in casinos, so it's gonna be very little of that, but I'll try to record some of the beautiful places in these hotels I'm going to go through. So I'll see you in a little bit. Another beautiful area that I like to stroll through is this Via Bellagio, which is basically sort of a mall, but is a connecting hallway between the strip. You can walk here from Caesars and it will take you straight into the Bellagio Hotel. Just missed the Bellagio fountain show. Should be another one in 15 minutes, so we'll catch it later. As you get into the Bellagio lobby, right in front of the reception desk, you cannot help but notice the beautiful Chihuly glass artwork on the ceiling that cost $10 million. The Bellagio Conservatory is one of those beautiful places that you cannot miss if you go to Vegas. It's free to visit and it changes themes 5 times a year, but all the flowers and the plants you see that are being used in the display are natural. So every 2 weeks, they're actually switching them out just to make sure that everything is still fresh and looks great. What you can also do is make a reservation at Sadelle's, which is this restaurant right off the conservatory, and you can get a table with a view to this entire garden. Bellagio, I continue my trek towards the Cosmopolitan, which is right next door. There's actually a walkway bridge behind the hotels that will take you from the Bellagio to the Cosmopolitan without having to go outside. And I would recommend that one during the warmer months when it's very hot and it's much more comfortable to walk inside than to walk outside. All throughout the Las Vegas Strip, you will see these ticket booths where you can buy tickets for shows, including some for that specific night, so you can actually get great deals. One of the most unique features for the Cosmopolitan Hotel is this chandelier that cost $960,000 to build. Is on 3 levels and it actually has a bar inside it. If you get into the Cosmopolitan Hotel from the Strip, you are in the Boulevard Tower, and this tower has the reception desk, the majority of the restaurants and stores, and also a bunch of hotel rooms upstairs. There's also a tower in the back that is called the Chelsea Tower, where you'll find the Wicked Spoon Buffet, one of the few buffets remaining on the Strip. The second floor in this part of the hotel has mostly fast food restaurants, the Marquee Beach Club, and also if you walk towards the Chelsea Tower, you can get to the Wicked Spoon Buffet. However, on the third floor, you can find the more expensive restaurants, and I have not been to all of them, but I have never heard anybody complain about any of these places. Cosmopolitan Hotel is connected on the second level through this walkway with the crystal shops, another mall-like area, and again one of these places with very high-end stores that, if nothing else, are a very good indoor space to walk around. On the other side of the Crystal Shops, there's the Aria Hotel. You don't have to necessarily walk the way I came. There's also an express tram that is free that goes in between Bellagio and the Park MGM, and it stops at the Crystal Shops and the Vdara Hotel, which is a little bit behind the Aria, and then goes all the way to the next hotel, Park MGM. And somehow it was time for another dinner. I opted to go to the Baba Gum Shrimp restaurant across the strip, located next to the Miracle Mile shop and Planet Hollywood. It is always a decent option. The food is pretty well priced, well cooked, and it's never crowded. After dinner, I went down into the Miracle Mile shop, and this shopping mall is actually 1 mile long, and it goes around the Planet Hollywood Hotel and Casino. And this one has a lot more everyday affordable stores, lots of restaurants, bars, so this is definitely a place to visit. I did not go walk around the entire mile, and you can also access it from one side or the other of the Planet Hollywood Casino. So what I did, I just walked through the front part of the casino and kept on going. And as I was heading back to my hotel through Bellagio, I was able to see part of the fountain show, the high roller, and the sphere behind it. It was quite a unique view. Okay guys, I am finally back to my room after about 11,000 steps and counting, and it is craziness out there. I have never seen something like that. Well, I have seen Vegas this busy before, but I don't think I've seen it in a long time. And compared to yesterday, it's out of this world. So good vibes, good energy, but it's incredibly crowded. I was thinking about stopping at the Bellagio Fountain and catch one of the shows, but I think it's probably thousands of people all packed around the fountain, so the chances of getting in and getting a good video are slim. So I'll probably try and see if I can get early tomorrow and do a video for you. It's like I said, it's incredibly crowded, and it's very surprising because the prices compared to about a year ago when I was here the last time are much higher. I don't do trips that I cannot afford, and it's not like I cannot afford to go eat or get whatever I need to get. However, some of the prices, have really shocked me. Beginning with this morning's latte. I got a tall latte at Starbucks here in Caesars, and it was $12.25. I could not believe my eyes, but oh well, I ordered it and it is what it is. But it was a shock. I think last time probably I paid like 8 or 9, which is still very high, but it's Vegas, right? So I can probably say that if you want to have 3 meals a day without being fancy at all, I think you're probably getting close to $100 per person. I've seen menus at some of the restaurants that I maybe been to in the past or I have heard of, and some of them do have prices outside, and yeah, we're talking about $40-50 for an entree, and that might not be the only thing you have with your dinner. So in case you want to come as of December 2024, these are the prices. So still a beautiful place to see. There's still a lot of options if you want to have free entertainment, such as go and look at the fountain. But yeah, you just have to be prepared, because if you're coming all the way here, you want to enjoy it. So I don't know, this year everything, including the hotel prices, are much higher. I have been to Vegas this time of the year. I actually even stayed on New Year's, but this time when I checked the prices, I absolutely refuse to pay that kind of money just to be here on New Year's. It's amazing. It's such a great atmosphere, fireworks being shot from all over the strip. Amazing atmosphere. So if you can do it, if you can afford it, I definitely recommend it. But for me, this year, when I checked those prices, I absolutely refused to pay those kind of prices, because the hotel rooms prices from the 29th to the 30th and 31st we're talking about a few times higher from one day to the other. So yeah, it is what it is. I guess maybe it's good news. Maybe people have money to spend. I don't know. But yeah, that's the situation. I'm gonna go downstairs in the casino, play a little bit more. I played a little bit here and there today. Nothing major. I still am within my budget, but I'll probably just go and see if the casino's not too busy. Just spend a little time, maybe have a drink, and then probably come back to sleep. I know it's you're not supposed to be sleeping in Vegas at it's 8 o'clock right now, but I feel like probably 10 o'clock it's gonna be a prime time for me to go to bed. Like I said before, I am not into partying, I'm not into clubbing. I really just enjoy the energy Vegas has, and yeah, I'm having fun Christina's way, which means a lot of walking, going to stores, not necessarily shopping, but just going to stores, see the beautiful decorations everywhere, people watch, enjoy a nice meal, and just relax and take it easy. But yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye. It's 9:30. This is pathetic even for me. But I've been walking so much today that I am exhausted. Plus, I went to the casino and managed to win $30. That's a first. And I decided to quit that while I was ahead. Then I went walking a little bit in the Forum shops and passed the Sephora and realized that I need to buy some shampoo. And why not? Because that's one place that has the same prices as back home. But I'm telling you, this place, this hotel, Caesar's Palace, is very conveniently located, but it's a dangerous place. Because there are not that many places in this world where you can just get out of bed before you had your coffee and know what you're doing, go downstairs, and if you manage to pass the hundreds of slot machines without putting any money in and losing, you walk 3 more steps and you trip into a Balenciaga or Saint Laurent, or you name it. Depends what your poison might be. It can be dangerous. But seriously now, there are so many designer stores and all sorts of other stores that it can be dangerous for your wallet if you don't pay attention. Anyway, I am just gonna relax now. It's probably gonna be an earlier morning tomorrow and start walking on the other side of the strip. So I'm out. Bye. The next day I started with breakfast off the strip, place I ate dinner the first night, and then I was on to visit the Venetian. The Venetian Resort in Las Vegas is one of those more unique type of places where they try to recreate the real thing as much as possible. So the front of the hotel looks like the Piazza San Marco in Venice, and it's a pretty good replica. I was lucky enough to go see it a couple years ago, and I can say this comes as close as possible considering it's just a hotel. here, if you want to take an inside gondola ride, you can do that as well. And funny story, the first time I was in Vegas, a coworker of mine happened to be there at the same time, so she was showing me around because she had been before. And when we got to this point, I thought we're still outside, and then she had to tell me that that sky is actually a ceiling with some lights behind it. But it was quite funny. I felt really stupid because I was old enough to know better, but yeah, I guess it's so realistic that it fooled me. And here you have this rolling ballet flats machine where you can actually pay $20 and get a pair of ballet flats that come in a pouch. And for the ladies who like to go and party, this is a must-have. You don't necessarily have to buy this brand, but definitely take something similar with you because it will help. After being on high heels for a while, you don't want to walk barefoot in Vegas. If you keep going through the canal shops, you end up at the Palazzo, which is the sister resort of the Venetian. Basically, they're the same company, but Palazzo tends to be a little bit more considered more upscale. Back in the day, you could actually book a room at either one of them and end up at the other one based on how busy they were. I don't think I've heard that happening recently, and the prices have gone up quite a bit since 10 years ago when I started visiting these places. The one benefit they do have, both of them, all of their rooms are suites. So you get a lot of room for that price. It's not necessarily the most centrally located hotel, but or centrally located hotels, but they're very beautiful properties and they have so many options. And if you keep going on the north side of the strip, you are not that far from the Wynn and Encore, and across the street from that, you have the Fashion Show Mall. So, still not a bad location at all. And if you want to get back to the Venetian, you don't have to go back through the canal shops. You can go through this restaurants row. It's basically a hallway with a lot of fairly upscale restaurants that you can take, and you will end up back into the Venetian's casino. And since this was the last night, I couldn't leave without taking a video of one of the fountain shows. This was a Sunday night, so the crowds were not as bad as the night before, so I was able to get a place front and central. And also because it was the last night, I decided to treat myself and go to a nicer restaurant. So I went to Amalfi in Caesar's Palace. If you want to sit at the bar, you don't need a reservation. And usually they have quite a few spots. The place is not cheap, but the food is amazing, and I had quite a great time. On the last morning in Vegas, I had to stop by Dominic Ansel to get one of those cronuts, which is a croissant that's shaped like a donut and has some custard filling, and it's delicious. Hey guys, the Vegas trip is about to end. I hope I didn't bore you too much. I know this isn't one of those let's party, go wild in Vegas, but that's kind of the point, because what I was trying to show you is that you don't have to do what everybody else does or what you think you should be doing in Vegas, because in the end it's your vacation and you can enjoy a lot of things in this city. So as you saw, I didn't do a whole lot. It was mostly walking around, showing you around. I didn't do any shopping this time, which is good. But you know, that's always an option. You know, you have all these entertainment options, all these dining options. You don't have to stay on the strip. You can go in downtown, where is the old Vegas, and the atmosphere is a little bit different there. I feel like the strip is a little bit more glamorized. There is a little bit more down to earth. I haven't been there in a couple of years, but yes, I have been in that part of Vegas as well. So that being said, you know, Vegas is whatever you want to make it. And there are so many options also outside the city. You know, you're not that far from the Grand Canyon, the Hoover Dam. You have some beautiful mountains around the city. So I think if you've never been to Vegas, it's worth coming at least once. And you might like it, you might not like it, and you also might understand better what type of vacation you like to have in Vegas. And sometimes, you know, it can be different. I have times where I really want to go and just enjoy some fine dining, or I have times like now where I just wanted to people watch and just walk around. And you know, a lot of these places bring back memories because I've been here so many times. So yeah, that's the end of my rant. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If there's any interest, I could put some other videos out there with just tips and things, specific things you can do in Vegas. But until the next one, bye.